Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching my channel, The Witty Turtle. In the last class, we have studied unit scheduling system, and today we are going to start with sequencing rules for single facility and basic scheduling problems. And apart from that, we will also complete the illustration, that is illustration number 6 of scheduling.
Before starting the video, I would like you guys to know about this amazing opportunity which is going to be provided on Unacademy for all the CMA Foundation aspirants. So Unacademy is starting the success batch for June 2022 attempt for CMA Foundation aspirants, which is going to start from 9th of February 2022. This is your chance to prepare with the top notch educators in India, and you can clear your fundamentals in every subject from them. Unacademy will also provide you with a perfect study plan to clear your CMA exams. This is a subscription that is more than just classes. You will get live interactive sessions, recorded lectures with unlimited watch time, access to the notes from all the educators at one place. Every fourth session is a doubt solving session. You'll also get updated study materials and practice mock test papers. For this, you simply need to download the Unacademy Learning app, then select your goal as foundation and then click on get subscription. You can get the CMA Foundation subscription at rupees 875 per month for 24 months and likewise for 12 months and 6 months. You can also avail a 10% off on your CMA Foundation subscription by using my coupon code, that is Anvesha10. So don't wait for more and get your subscriptions done today. All the links for the Unacademy classes are given in the description box below. Don't forget to check them out.
So here it is saying what, when we have a single facility and all the orders are in queue, वो सब line में है, then they are processed depending on the rules mentioned below. So how many rules are there? There are total 6 rules. The first one is Fifo method. Yes, the jobs are processed in Fifo method, first in, first out. That means whichever job has come first, that will be processed first. The next the next rule is SPT, or shortest processing time. So the jobs which have shortest processing time, those jobs are processed first, right? So इससे क्या होता है ना, this is just to avoid the formation of queue. If you start with those jobs which will take lesser time to complete, then obviously the queue will not be elongated. The third point is what? MDD, that is minimum due date. So we know that every job has a due date. So in that case, you have to process the jobs in ascending order of their available time. Like for example, you have 3 jobs, A, B and C, right? A, B and C. A का जो due date है, that is 2 days, for B it is 5 days, and for C it is 7 days. So how will you arrange them? You will arrange them in ascending order of their available time. So to complete job A, you have only 2 days. So first A, then B, then C, right? Understood? Okay. Now the fourth point is last come first serve basis, or that is known as LIFO, right? ये तो आपको पता ही है. The next is static slack for remaining operations. So what is static slack? Static slack is your time till due date minus remaining processing time divided by number of remaining operations. So how much time is remaining for your due date minus आपका कितना काम बचा है, कितने दिन का काम बचा है, right? How many days you need more to complete the job divided by the number of remaining operations. So in the ascending order of this SSRO, you have to do all the operations. Now the sixth point is what? DSRO, that is your dynamic slack for remaining operations, right? Dynamic slack क्या होता है? Time till due date minus expected time of remaining operations. Expected time, that means you are estimating the time divided by number of remaining operations, right? Okay. So इसका एज सच कोई इम्प्लीकेशन नहीं है हमारा जो क्वेश्चन दिया है उसमें, बट येस, जस्ट रीड दिस वंस सो दैट इवन इफ इट कम्स इन द एग्जाम देन यू विल बी एबल टू राइट दिस क्वेश्चन एज अ थ्योरी क्वेश्चन. Okay. Now here the next topic is basic scheduling problems. So there are 5 basic scheduling problems given here in the book. The first one is flow production scheduling for fluctuating demand, right? This is also known as smoothing problem. See, if you have a fluctuating demand, then what happens? You cannot really plan your schedule, you cannot really make a proper or a permanent schedule, right? So this becomes difficult, because in case of flow production, you obviously produce more quantity, right? So it becomes difficult if the demand is fluctuating. Now, the second point is what? Batch production scheduling, where products are manufactured consecutively. Okay. So in batch production scheduling, what happens? The quantity is generally lesser than flow production. So here the main issue is, if the products are manufactured consecutively, then it makes a problem. The third is the assignment problem. Yes, obviously, if your assignment is not proper, then you cannot make a proper schedule. Then you're scheduling orders with random arrivals. Obviously, see, when you have already made a schedule and now you are getting some random orders. So in between the time span, you are getting some random orders. So it becomes really difficult for you to put them in the cycle. And lastly, product sequencing. Product sequencing क्या होता है? Let's say you have to produce four types of products. So you have to make the schedule by keeping in mind all the kinds of products, and you have to sequence them depending upon the priorities, depending upon their due date, right? So this is what it is saying. Now coming to the illustration, that is illustration number 6. So it is saying the processing time is time, that is TJ, in hours for the 5 jobs of a single machine scheduling is given. Okay, so this is a single machine scheduling. So how many jobs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find the optimal sequence which will minimize the mean flow time, right? So you have to find an optimal sequence of these jobs, like in what order these jobs are to be accomplished, so that your mean flow time will reduce. And you'll also have to find the mean flow time. So in the first question, you have to find 2 things, right? In the second question, it is saying determine the sequence which will minimize the weighted mean flow time. So again, you have to calculate the weighted mean flow time and also the sequence which will minimize the weighted mean flow time. And here the processing time is given here. For job 1 it is 30 hours, for job 2 it is 8 hours, and likewise for the rest 3 jobs. And the weight is also given here. If you have an old book, then in the old book the weight is not given, but in the new book the weight has been given. So the weight for the jobs are, for job 1 it is 1, for job 2 it is 2, for job 3 it is 1, for job 4 it is 2, and for job 5 it is 3, right? So what is weight? You have to calculate the weighted mean flow time. So for that, weight has been given here. Okay. So what is the first question? You have to calculate the mean flow time, and also you have to find the optimal sequence which will minimize the mean flow time, right? So now come to the next page. In the next page, what is it saying? First, arrange the jobs as per the shortest processing time sequence, right? So processing time के हिसाब से अगर हम arrange करें, so the minimum processing time for all the jobs is 8. That is for job 2, right? It is saying that to complete job 2, you need 8, which is the least amongst these 5 numbers. So first is job 2, then 3, then 5, then 4, then 1. So here you got the job sequence that will minimize the mean flow time. 2, 3, 5, 4, then 1, right? Okay. Now you have to calculate the minimum flow time, right? Minimum flow time. So the flow time is the amount of time the job J spends in the system. So what is flow time? See, when you are producing something, then there is a system of production. So that means the flow time is like job J उस particular production system में कितना time spend कर रहा है, right? So what is FJ? FJ is the difference between completion time and ready time. So what is your completion time? वो जो जॉब है वो कंप्लीट होने के लिए कितना टाइम ले रहा है, एंड लाइक पूरे सिस्टम में स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट जॉब टिल द लास्ट जॉब, वो जॉब अगर हम लोग 5 मान के चले तो जो जॉब 5 है वो कंप्लीट होने के लिए कितना टाइम ले रहा है फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग इन द सिस्टम इज मेड अप ऑफ दीज 5 जॉब्स. सो इस जो जॉब 5 है इसको कंप्लीट करने के लिए कितना टाइम हमें लग रहा है, 2 के लिए जितना टाइम है, देन 3 के लिए जितना टाइम है, देन 5 के लिए जितना टाइम है, राइट? अंडरस्टूड? आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, and the second one is ready time. What is ready time? In the question it is not given, so we are assuming ready time as 0. ready time is basically आपका जो जॉब है वो मतलब जो सिस्टम है, आपका सिस्टम किस टाइम से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, राइट? ओके, सो नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट कंप्लीशन टाइम, है ना? सो व्हाट इज योर सीक्वेंस दैट मिनिमाइजेस द मीन फ्लो टाइम? 2 3 5 4 1. So first you will write all the jobs 2 3 5 4 1. Then you will write the processing time. Processing time given in the question for all the jobs. You wrote that? Okay. Now tell me, to complete job 2, how much time do you need? You need 8 hours only. Okay. Now job 3 you can complete only after completing job 2, right? So जॉब 2 करने के लिए आपको 8 आवर्स लग रहा है, एंड टू कंप्लीट जॉब 3 यू आर टेकिंग 10 आवर्स. सो दैट मीन्स सिस्टम में आने के बाद जॉब 3 करने के लिए आपको टोटल 8 + 10 आवर्स यू आर टेकिंग, राइट? सो यू आर टेकिंग 18 आवर्स इन टोटल टू कंप्लीट जॉब 3. अंडरस्टूड? ओके. Similarly, to complete job 5, how much time are you taking? 18 plus 16, that is 34. Then again for job 4, how much time are you taking? 2 के लिए जितना टाइम, 3 के लिए जितना टाइम, 5 के लिए जितना टाइम लगा, सबको ऐड कर दो. So 34 plus 28, that will be 62. And similarly for job 1 it will take 92 hours, right? Okay. So now you can calculate your mean flow time. How can you calculate mean flow time? See, simply you just need to calculate your like FJ आपका कितना है. FJ भी ये आपका सेम ही है, because here ready time is 0, so this is also equal to your FJ, that is your flow time. How will you calculate mean flow time? Mean का मतलब क्या होता है? Mean मतलब होता है average. So simply you have to calculate the average. So what is the average here? 8 plus 18 plus 35 plus 62 plus 92, all divided by 5, right? So it will be what? It will be 42.8 hours, right? 42.8 hours. Okay. Now in the second point, what is it saying? It is saying determine the sequence which will minimize the weighted mean flow time. Weighted mean flow time. So now you have to calculate the weighted processing time. How can you calculate weighted processing time? That will be processing time divided by weight for that particular job, right? So processing time for job 1 is 30 and weight for job 1 is 1. So that will be what? 30 by 1, that will be 30 only. So this is your weighted processing time. That is your processing time divided by weight, right? You have to remember this formula. It's not working. Anyway, you have to mark this and you have to remember this formula. Okay. The next thing is what? Similarly for job 2, your weighted processing time will be how much? It will be 4, because your processing time is 8 hours and the weight is 2. So 8 by 2 equals to 4. For job 3, it will be what? 10 by 1, that will be 10. For job 4, that will be 28 by 2, that will be 14. And for job 5, it will be 16 by 3, that will be 5.31, right? Now you can do what? Now you have to find out the optimal sequence that will minimize your weighted mean flow time. What do you need to do? You have to arrange the jobs in the increasing order of weighted processing time. right? In the increasing order of the weighted processing time. So which job will come first? Obviously this one, because it has the minimum, like the shortest weighted processing time. So first is your job 2, then your job 5, because this is the next, then your job 3, then your job 4, and then your job 1. So the optimal sequence that will minimize the weighted mean flow time is how much? 2, 5, 3, 4, 1. Okay. And ऊपर वाला कौन सा था? 2, 3, 5, 4, 1. So simply these two numbers are being like interchanged, right? Okay. Now, the next thing that has been asked in the question is to calculate the value of weighted mean flow time. Value of weighted mean flow time. So, what is the formula for that? First, you have to calculate the weighted flow time, then you have to calculate the mean. So, how will you do that? See, these are your jobs, right? These are your jobs, and your the processing time has been given here. And also the flow time has been given here, and along with that your weights have been also given here. So simply, to calculate weighted mean flow time, what do you need to do? Flow time into weights, जितना भी है उसको आप multiply कर लो. 8 into 2, that is 16, 24 into 3, that is 72, 34 into 1, 34, 62 into 2, that will be 124, then 92 into 1, that will be 92. So simply you have to do what? You have to add all these like weighted mean flow times, and you have to divide them by the summation of your weights, right? Simply mark this formula and you have to remember this. It is what? Summation of weighted mean flow time divided by summation of all the weights. Okay, understood? Right. So this way you can calculate this answer. Now here in the book, another thing has been given, that is your elements of scheduling. What are the aspects or the ingredients by looking at whom you generally prepare your schedule? Obviously, the first one is customers' firm orders or your demand forecast, right? First, you have to know, right? What are the orders and how much quantity you have to produce, what will be the quality, where will it be produced, right? Then again, your aggregate scheduling. After making the tentative schedule, you'll have to make the aggregate schedule. Then you also need a production plan where it will show you the output levels, then your requirement of the resources, then what capacity limitation you have, and then inventory levels, right? The next is what? Master production schedule. Master production schedule में क्या होता है? Your desired quantity and your due dates. यहाँ पर लिखा है dates committed, that means on which date you have to make the delivery, that date, and along with that the desired quantity which is to be produced in a particular time span, that has been scheduled, right? Now the next point is priority planning. So priority planning is what? Master schedule is again divided into components and parts. Those are required to produce any kind of product. So that is known as your priority planning. Like you have to prioritize which product I need to produce now. Next is your capacity planning. Capacity planning क्या होता है? It regulates your loading of specific jobs on specific work centers. So it basically कौन से वर्क सेंटर पे कितने क्वांटिटी का प्रोडक्शन होगा और वहां पर कितना ज़्यादा लोड जाएगा, उसको रेगुलेट करने को, उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए जो प्लानिंग हमें बनानी पड़ती है, दैट इज योर कैपेसिटी प्लानिंग, सो दैट नो मशीन और नो वर्क सेंटर इज ओवरलोडेड और अंडरलोडेड, राइट? नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज फैसिलिटी लोडिंग और मशीन लोडिंग, दैट इज ऑल्सो द सेम थिंग. एंड लास्टली इवेल्युएशन ऑफ वर्कलोड. Obviously, you have to balance the workload on various work centers or machines. And then lastly, sequencing, right? So you have to make the sequencing of the jobs according to the priorities. Understood? So this way we have completed our scheduling chapter. In the upcoming classes, we will study queuing, right? Queuing models. So I hope this video has been an interesting video for you guys, and if you find this video really helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, The Witty Turtle, and do let your friends know about this channel, and let them know that yes, I am providing OMSM classes purely in English, right? So yes, they can do these classes free of cost. You can also find the link for all my social media handles in the description box below, and you will also get the link for Unacademy classes in my description box.